Do you consider Clone Wars a kids show? Well, after all the brainworms, bisections, and war crimes, I wouldn't blame you if your answer was no. But let's just say not all Clone Wars seasons are created equally, because some of them definitely have more carnage than others. I mean, think about it. There are 3 seasons that have Maul, and 4 that don't.
No, it was not my doing.
And while in the last video, looking at the movies, we discovered Rogue One had the most named character deaths with 31, this isn't even comparable to the most brutal of the Clone Wars seasons we will look at soon enough. But starting with season 1, we have a whopping 41 deaths. First is Commander 224, who to CEO of useless battle droids, CT-327, Droid Bait, Nub, 09er, Cut Up, Unit 26, Unit 07, and of course Heavy are all clones and droids that died at the Rishi Outpost station. Then Grievous kills Ga Noct, who thinks he is the main character or something. And one thing I forgot about the early Clone Wars seasons is just how fun and lighthearted they are. I really feel like seasons 1 through 3 are underappreciated, and I definitely have a lot of nostalgia for them as well, which might be altering my judgment. Also, Commander Phil, Gore, and Adar Veb are killed at the lair of Grievous. And moving forward, in case you couldn't tell, I'm only including named character deaths for each season, rather than the nameless and arbitrary deaths on top of that. And another 19 characters perish in this early stage of the war, and adding those to the other 22 deaths, that gives us, again, 41 for this first season. And shout out to the channel Walter Rick 04 who gathered these numbers on their channel. I definitely wouldn't be able to create these videos without them skimming through the movies and shows already. Cause like, I'm not gonna do that. I love Clone Wars more than just about anything, but maybe not that much. But moving into season 2, also known as War Crimes from Washed Jedi, we have a total of 29 deaths, many of which came from Ki-Adi-Mundi's Geonosian genocide, which will not be included for their lack of names. Huh. Losers. The most important ones to include are Bola Ropal, Queen Karina, Tal Merrick, Anaconda Far, Rumi, Paramita, the Zillo Beast, and who can forget Costas? Except, oh wait, everyone, including me, forgot him. But regardless, this season had a surprisingly low amount for one that contains so many bounty hunters. Looking to season 3, we now have 37 named character deaths. The most notable ones here are Havoc, Commander Colt, and 99 on Camino. 99. Then also Admiral Dao, Captain Keeley, and Imagundi. Who would have guessed he was gonna die? Get it? I'm a gun die? Then there's Zero the Hutt, Kai Narek, Ventress's master. And by the way, in case you were wondering, when Ventress became a Sith, the event of her master's death took place in 23 BBY, making her 27 then, which then set her on the path to the dark side, and she was therefore 31 by the time of Revenge of the Sith. Also, Farrell is killed by the most underrated character in Star Wars history, who will die soon enough, don't worry, but also King Katunko, O.C. Sobek, Evan Peel, and also the father, son, and daughter pass here. And by the way, at the end of this video, I will be revealing the total death counts of each season from named, unnamed, and even on-screen characters, which start to enter the millions, and ranking them from least to most. But next is the best Clone Wars season, Season 4, which has a high 30 deaths, with many of them coming from Space Vietnam, like Hardcase, Waxer, and Pong Krell. Then, also throughout the season, we see numerous other important losses, such as Riff Tamson, Captain Tarples, the GOAT himself.
It says me, not 2, not 3, the uno, G-O-A-T, I need my feet.
Even more importantly is the Big Heizu, also Queen Mitaj Sintel, a bunch of bounty hunters that aren't as cool as Cad Bane, Old Daka, and Morley. And who else agrees that this is the best season? Let me know in the comments. But getting close to the end here, we have season 5 with a total of 16 deaths. Most importantly are Adi Gallia, Stila Guerrera, Pri Vizsla, Duchess Satine, Savage Opress, one of the most important deaths in the show. And bro, I was watching this video on ×2 speed to comb through all of the deaths, and hearing Palpatine's laugh at ×2 speed is quite despicable, I must say. And it's sad how the later seasons have so many deaths, but only a handful of them are from named characters, so it is kind of hard to say whether they are technically more gruesome or not. In Season 6, also known as the Lost Missions, we see 13 deaths. These include Tiplar, who was such a bad Jedi, she was killed by clone troopers before the Jedi Purge even started. At least Pon Krell knew what he was getting into. Also the Kraken, Tup, Fives, who had such an unfair death, I might add. I mean, he basically had a crash out after being lied to so much. I can't blame him. But then there's Commander Thorn, Rush Clovis, Silman, and Darth Bane, who counts here apparently. But real quick, here's the Christian advice of this video. If you want to get back to the main video, then you can skip to this time right here to see more brutal clone deaths. And today we're looking at Matthew 7:13 through 14, which says, "Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide, and the road is easy that leads to destruction. And there are many who take it. For the gate is narrow, and the road is hard that leads to life, and there are few who find it." And the meaning I got from this is that there's truly nothing in life that is really worthwhile that doesn't come without a little bit of pain. I mean, that's not entirely true, but you know what I mean. Also, facing your fears, stepping out of your comfort zone, these are the things that the Lord values that will bring value to your life as well. And truly, once you start to develop a lifestyle of difficulty and hardship and going into that willingly, knowing it is the right way, you will feel truly blessed knowing you are one of the few who get to experience such a true life. But hopefully that was inspirational. And getting back to the main video, just a quick reminder that you can subscribe if you do enjoy the content, as it does really help me out. And I am trying to hit 100,000 subs by the end of this summer, so it'd be really cool if we could get there. But yeah, let's get back to the video. To end our video, we have Season 7, which has 2 deaths. Nah, just kidding. That would be pretty funny though. It actually has 8 deaths, which really isn't too far off, and that number includes Admiral Trench, back from the dead, Captain Vaughn, Prime Minister Almec, and of course Jesse. So, with that said, our season with the most named deaths was Season 1, surprisingly, which had 41 deaths, but then again, if we were looking at unnamed and off-screen deaths, the ranking from least to most is, according to the research from Walter Rico 4, in last place, Season 6 with 249 deaths, then Season 4 with 162,000 deaths, then Season 5 with 171,000 deaths, Season 3 with 1,600,000 deaths, Season 2 with 2,300,000 deaths, Season 1 with 2,400,000 deaths, and the most, Season 7, with 5,200,000 deaths, most of which came from the destruction of Admiral Trench's Providence-class ship, the Invulnerable, at the Battle of Anaxes. And let me know if you want me to cover the seasons of Andor next. I mean, there's only 2 of them, but it'd be a pretty good video regardless. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this one and you haven't already seen the one where I looked at how many deaths are in the movies, then you can go ahead and click that video right on screen. I mean, like, click it, bro. But yeah, see ya.